and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Habakakwadash. Yahawah is who the world ignorantly calls God in the name of his son Yahawashi, and who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ in the name of the Holy Spirit. I would like to give a double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught me this truth, and I would like to say a sincere shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four winds of the world, and to the servants, the prophets, the men that are prophesying and laboring in this truth and in this doctrine. Unto you I say shalom. These cities will become run down with crime and violence, all right? Which the video I'm about to show, all right, is pretty much a foreshadowing of what's going to take place in all the major cities in America, pretty much America as a whole. But the major cities are going to be where the majority of the crime and violence take place. And we're coming into a time where we're witnessing that. We're living in the end days when all these calamities, all the sedition, the uprisings, okay, the love of many so wax cold, all these, race riots, all these things are coming to pass in these last days. All right, we're witnessing and this. The video I'm about to play, it's probably about 5 minutes. I'll probably stop it here and there, but it's very telling of the future of America. All right, so without any me running my mouth anymore, let me play the video.
Top story tonight, more shocking numbers from the streets of San Diego. In the month of April, over 1,000 people were considered homeless for the first time, while over 700 found housing. The numbers...
A rise in homelessness, okay? And this is more likely amongst Edomites, all right? So you're going to see a lot of people out there that are used to having things, used to having, just the things that they want, not having, all right? So if that's going to be a chain reaction of events that takes place where people don't have food, they don't have the resources, all right, medicine. They're going to go take it. They're going to go loot, all right. They're going to go steal. They're going to do whatever they need to get those specific things. Mainly, really food, okay. I'll play a little bit more. Well, it's a lot more, so I'll just let it run.
Not adding up, and that combined with the mental health crisis means 911 calls are increasing, and that is putting a strain on law enforcement. KUSI's Dan Plant, he is in Harbor Island with more on the shocking numbers. Dan, a sad story that sadly is not getting any better.
Yeah, unfortunately, every day we wake up, it gets worse, not better. We always hope for better news the next day, but unfortunately, the numbers from April are absolutely astounding.
They're hoping for better news, but it's getting worse. That's America. It's getting worse and worse and worse. All right, and for you Israelites, there's nothing you can do about it. All right, it says, let me grab this. What is it? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. What's that? I'm being lazy. Jeremiah 50, 51. 51 and verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let her go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. So all the wickedness that is taking place in America is coming back. It's coming back on. Okay, they can't do anything about it. All right, like this reporter said, you hope it gets better, but it's getting worse and worse and worse. All right, homelessness, inflation. All right, as things get worse, what does Esau do? Raise the rent. Okay, increasing gas, increasing food. All these things are inflation, and eventually it's going to be hyperinflation. All right, everything's increasing, but at the beginning of this this video or this news report, it said homelessness is rising. All right, so you have all these calamities, and these are plagues that are sent from the Heavenly Father. Okay, and eventually these plagues are going to get worse and worse and worse. All right, I'll play some more.
1,141 people going out into the streets for the first time, whereas 714 actually found housing. Fabulous for those people who got off the streets and found housing. Not good at all for the 1,141 that went out there. As you might imagine, when you have this many homeless people living on the streets with the mental health issues, with the drug issues, and obviously desperation everywhere, well, you're going to get police calls. But Unfortunately, the police can't always respond to these things, particularly when there are so many calls coming in on so many homeless issues. I got a chance.
And even it's not just going to be homeless issues. It's going to be all type of issues: breaking and entry, all right, robbery, attempted murder. All these calls are going to be coming in 911, but they're not going to have enough police to respond to these calls. All right. And you're going to have a lot of people on the force that are going to quit, take early retirement. No one wants to deal with this shit. No one, what police officer in their right mind wants to go out there and deal with this day by day by day when it's not getting any better? Crime is not going to go down. Crime is only going to increase. And what are you going to go out there and risk your life to what they say, protect and serve? You must be crazy. But you know, it's a bunch of Edomites out there and dumbass Jakes that's willing to do that. And they say, oh, he died in the line of fire. That ain't an honorable death, all right? Back to the video.
Catch up with a variety of people who are involved in this particular issue. Take a look at what I found. For a city government that claims the homeless crisis is the #1 priority, these latest numbers show a different story. In the month of April alone, 714 homeless people got off the street and found housing. That's the good part. Unfortunately, 1,141 people somehow became homeless for the first time.
People are losing
Almost
it out here.
Double the number.
Like the title of this is San Diego locals give up on calling police on homelessness. And this is just on one thing on homelessness. Okay? It's going to be another thing when they give up on calling the police for other issues. Because a lot of people are going to take shit into their own hands. And this is all by design, and by the way. Okay? The Esau all these issues, all these problems in America, all over the world, this devil Esau can solve them, all right? He has the resources to solve homelessness. He has the resources to solve hunger, okay? He has the resources to solve all the problems what's wrong with this world, but they choose not to, okay? They're gonna run this place into the ground, and they don't care if you're living in it, all right? That's why this devil is the perfect example of how not to rule a kingdom. Okay, I'll play some more.
People getting out, and that's just the month of April.
And that's just downtown. And it's not going to stop because as the numbers released today show, more people are becoming homeless than are getting out of homelessness.
Almost everywhere you go in San Diego these days, you will see things that will shock the senses. Serious mental health issues on display almost everywhere you go. In some cases, these people can turn violent, and there's no choice but to call 911. But what happens when you call?
To be honest, I don't call the cops. They won't come. And when they do come, all they're going to do is give them a ticket. And
she said, I don't call the police. I don't call the cops. They ain't going to do shit. All right? So a lot of these Edomite conservatives, they're going to take matters into their own hands. They got their Second Amendment rights, and they're going to use it. They're going to start shooting people out here. And their main target is going to be you Jakes, you niggas. Okay? And they're blaming this on mental health and all of this stuff. Hey, people are out here, yeah, they mental because they done lost everything. They went from having everything to losing everything. And you're going to see a lot of Edomites out here with that state of mind. Like, they don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. They're not going to care. All right, what they do to themselves or anyone else.
for me, that's not worth my time and my effort.
In terms of pure numbers, the cops are outnumbered by the homeless in San Diego. Right now, about 1,800 active police officers with at least 4,000 homeless within the city limits. Unfortunately, the homeless population keeps growing and the police keep shrinking.
Since 2020, we've lost over 500 officers from the San Diego Police Department. With that high of a turnover rate, we have a very, very junior police force. We're not filling our academies right now. And what's even more critical is that in 2025, we're scheduled to retire over 100 officers. And so right now, we need to be...
Those 100 officers may retire before then. All right? That's how bad things are going to get. No one's trying to be the police. And this is just San Diego. It's a major city in America. But this is in San Diego. How much more? San Francisco, L.A., New York, Chicago, Dallas, Miami, Atlanta, all right, where the demographic of Jake is greater. All right, of course, it's Jake in San Diego, but you're going to see things really get out of hand here in America. And if you're not prepared, if you're not, girded up with faith, you're not built up with faith in Yahawashi, you're not showing your works, showing your faith by your works, you're going to be subject to this. You're going to partake in these plagues, in this judgment of America. Okay, you're going to get judged out here in these streets, whether it be by the sword, whether it be, you die of a famine, all right, you die of some type of pestilence. Okay, it's going to get bad out here. That's part of Jacob's trouble. All right, we all got to go through it, but it's going to be that remnant of the elect that's going to be covered. All right, when these calamities happen. All right, hey, these cities is the last place you want to be. Okay, but they're moving everyone into the cities because it's easier to control the people. Esau knows this. Esau's planning this shit from day one. All right, that's what Jakes, you gotta know what type of devil you're dealing with. All right, you think this devil sleeps? This devil's been planning this. Okay, this is that secret council, the secret council of the wicked. All right, let's run these cities down. Okay, give the people no choice. Take away their resources, so then they'll come to us. Then they'll have no choice but to come to us. They'll come to us for food. They'll come to us for shelter, protection, all these things. This is the book of Psalms chapter 64 and verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. This is secret counsel. Okay, and their main target is you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. Hey, that's these devils. Okay, they're in charge. They run these. They pretty much run these cities. They select, these government officials, these city officials. All right, and they're just the fall guys. Let's blame it on this guy and get someone else in there. That's ain't gonna do the same thing. But things are getting worse and worse. I don't give a shit who you put in there. Look at the presidency. They hated Trump so much, but they dealing with this guy Biden. And what is he doing? Worse than Trump. All right, things are getting worse here in America. It's not going to get better.
In our recruitment and retention efforts more than ever.
Make no mistake, this is a serious humanitarian crisis growing by the day on the streets of San Diego. Some of these people simply need a helping hand to get out. Others are suffering from serious mental health issues and drug abuse. At any time, they could lash out.
We had a homeless person come in here and spit on my manager at the time, and I had to get in between them. And cops didn't show up till later that night and the next day. So, didn't help at all.
So they're dealing with homelessness, the homeless problem, the homeless outnumber the police, and the police are not showing up. But this is going to be a ongoing thing, not with just homelessness, but all the people. Crime is going to skyrocket, eventually. Or it's already skyrocketing in these major cities. People are not talking about it as much, but it's going to get to a point where you can't hide this anymore. All right, because you go to your mainstream media, they're going to hide it, but you got social media now. You have everyone has a camera phone. All these robberies are being recorded now. Okay, everything is being recorded. They got a camera phone. They got a camera everywhere. All right, so you can't hide anymore. You can't hide the turmoil of America, and that's what America's trying to do. They're trying to curve this so the American people won't worry. Mainly you Jakes, really everybody. So you won't be in this sense of despair. You won't be in this sense of anxiety and uncertainty. Okay, they want to continue to feed you with the bread and circus to make you think everything is all right when the Titanic is going down. All right, the Titanic being hit an iceberg and it's sinking. All right, unless you have eyes to see and understand the times that we're living in, you're going to go down with this place. All right, this is the book of Matthew chapter 24 and 4. Yahawashi answered and said to them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So it says wars and rumors of wars, not just global wars, world war. You're going to have race riots. Those are wars amongst nations, different nations. The nation of Edom, the nation of Israelites. Okay, all these other nations. It's going to be fighting amongst everyone. Class wars. It's going to be state against this state. All right. This state separating from America. like, they say Texas, possibly Florida, that have different views than America has. All right? For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. This is not even a bad thing. This is just the beginning. All right, of the sorrows that are going to take place here in America. It's going to get worse and worse. All right, let me jump down to verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. The love of many is going to wax cold, where the police are not going to give a shit. All right, you think your fellow American, your fellow U.S. citizen is going to care about you? Hell no. All right, the police don't even care. Like the elder Mwatazak says in the L.A. camp, what are you going to do when 911 needs 911? All right, and that's how it's going to get out here. And like I said, if you're not covered by Yahawashi, Yahawashi, all right, you don't have that thawah, that mark of exemption, you're going to be through out here. All right, you're going to be judged in these streets, whether it be by the sword, whether it be by a pack of niggas or pack of Edomites that beat you to death. Okay, it's going to be niggas that are going to be hung out here. All right, it's going to get really bad out here. This is a part of Jacob's trouble. All right, but these major cities in America, all these cities that you see on TV, and you see Manhattan and Hollywood and Vegas, and these motherfucking cities are going to be run down. All right, all these are tourist attractions. They're going to be turned. America's pretty much turned into a third world country. Okay, with just the homelessness the homelessness is one of the main factors that's turning this place into a third world country. In all the major cities now, you have a major homeless problem. Okay, let me see. I want to get Second Ezra's. Second Ezra's 15 and verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." Now, I went into the race riots. All right, you're gonna have police involved in these race riots, where they ain't gonna be trying to break shit up. They're not gonna be trying to bring peace, to one side or both sides. They're gonna be on one side. They're gonna have to pick a side. Okay, there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Look at how these homeless people are acting. They're not regarding the the city laws or the state laws or whatever it is. They're pretty much doing what the fuck they want down there in San Diego and other parts of the country. Okay, they'll go in there and steal something and don't care about the repercussions. All right. The course of their actions shall stand in their power, taking matters into their own hand. All right, this is just the homeless. All right, how about when it's other people out there that's not homeless, but that are on the brink of homelessness, that are on the brink of starvation, where your family, your children don't have food. All right, food, water. All right, medicine if you need it. Okay, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, lack of bread. All right, they're going to come through your house and ransack your house. Okay, yeah, best friends. All right, it's not going to be ain't going to be no friends in that day. It's going to be everybody for themselves. All right, that's the times that we're coming into, and the prophets are giving you this stern warning. All right, and the only way to get out of this is through the Lord. All right, the Lord has to guide you and cover you. All right, in this time. All right, nigga think that I got an AK, I got an AR, I got some nines, I got this. I got this. I got a rocket line. A nigga think he got everything covered. Or even these Edomites. That's not going to save you. The sword is not going to save you. The sword is not our blessing. Okay, even the sword won't save Esau. The sword has maintained Esau and allowed him to get these, the riches and the things of the world that he's got, but it ain't going to save him. It's not going to save him from the destruction, from the wrath of Bahasham, Yahawashi when it's all said and done. Okay, so how much more you jakes, man? The sword is not going to save you. All right, hoarding up food, food and supplies, that ain't going to save you. All right, yeah, if the Spirit's on you to get some extra, okay, so be it. But you having a room full of food and, you're going to do this and you don't know what the fuck you're going to be at when shit goes down. Okay? That's why you got to stay in the Spirit, all right, that the Lord guides you and the Lord is dealing with you. Okay? I want to grab this. I made a point, about, I was making a point about, the love of many waxing cold and they shall have no pity upon their neighbor. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 20. I'm going to start at verse 22. Suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right, your grocery stores. All right, your Costco's, your Sam's Clubs. They're going to be found empty. All right, all these stores that have all these supplies and food, it's going to be empty in that day. Then what do? All right, no food to go, even if you have money, Okay, because by then all these stores are going to be looted. Ain't no trucks coming in your city. So what are you going to do? All right, Esau's going to, he's going to let a lot of you niggas starve, and then he's going to come with his MOTB to try to feed you, and a lot of people are going to take heed and take that because they have no faith. Their faith is not built up in Yahawashi. Their faith is not built up in spiritual things. Their faith is built up in carnal things. Okay, verse 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which every man heareth. They shall suddenly be afraid. And at that time shall friends fight against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. It's not going to be any running water. It's going to be a period of time where there is no running water. All right, so hey, imagine that. You flush your toilet one time, that's it. Okay, you ain't taking no showers. There ain't no cold shower. Even if you got water, it ain't gonna be hot water. If you don't, but the point is you're not gonna have any water. But back to the top of this verse, and at that time shall friends fight one against another. Oh, that's my best friend. I'll never fight him. Your best friend is gonna try to kill you for a cracker. Okay, for a goddamn Capri Sun. For anything, all right? That's how bad it's going to get out here, and Jake doesn't realize it. All right, man, I was just, people don't realize the power of the Lord, the miraculous and the things that the Lord is going to do to this place. I just seen a video where it was like a lightning strike, and it was like loud and powerful, and it makes you think that's just like not even a glimpse of the power that the Lord is going to bring to this place. Okay, when the Spirit of the Lord hits this place, it's gonna, man, the people are gonna crumble. All right, when those chariots crack the clouds, and you see the Yahawashi and His glory in them chariots, people, the Scriptures say, men's heart are gonna fail them for fear. Okay, it's the things that are coming to this earth is like you have never seen before. All right, that's why the prophets are giving you that warning, giving you that stern warning. Get right with the Lord. Turn unto the Lord. Call on the names Yahawah and Yahawashi. Okay. Believe and trust in those names. Practice the righteous acts. Because the shit is winding down, man. And say we got the end of this year. Say we got a year. Okay. That's not a lot of time. Okay. It's not a lot of time for because Jake these niggas think they got time. All right, you don't got time. All right, shit is coming fast, and the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night, like He said. Right when you think everything is all good, right when you just got a new job and you think you're doing something in your life and you got your shit going, bam, the Lord's going to come. And then what? You wasted all your time bullshitting in the world and not getting right with the Lord, and you'll have no covering in that day. But the elect, okay, the ones that are faithful to Yahawashi, that believe on His name, that prophesy in His name, that call upon His name in their time of trouble, in their time of despair, all right, He's going to cover them. That the ones that are sincere, because you got ones out there that know the name, that don't prophesy in the name, but because they're truly not sincere. Okay, if you ain't been practicing the righteous act, practicing calling on that name in your time of trouble, what makes you think you're gonna when you're gonna hit the switch when shit hit the fan? It don't work like that. The Heavenly Father doesn't work like that. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and 1. And at that time, Michael will stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And in that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. That's the elect, all right? Those are the ones that's going to be delivered in these times, all right? When these cities are, like I said, it was like scripture says, like the Garden of Eden before them, and like a desolate wilderness. This place was, to the people that come here, the heathens that come here, this place was beautiful. Oh, you got Manhattan, you got Hollywood, and you got all the shit you see on TV. All that glamorous bullshit, Hollywood Boulevard, and that shit's about to be run down. Okay? Disneyland, all right, Disney World, all these tourist attractions, Vegas, the Vegas Strip, okay, Manhattan, okay, all these places in America that people go, everything's about to be run down. It ain't no building it back up, all right? Hey, you're not going to build this place back up. That's what Esau thinks. Okay, but hey, the times are coming where shit is winding down, and you're going to see these cities become. It's going to be like a third world country eventually. Okay, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the elect, and I would like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakadash. Until next time, I say shalom.